Hello, hello. Welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. If this is not your first time, thank you for coming back. So right now I'm going to be doing a reading for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, also for your cross watchers, to kind of avoid triggering anything, to shut my videos down. I'm only going to be putting the zodiac sign and the date of the reading for the titles, okay? So Aries, let's take a look at your energy right now. Let's look at that collective Aries energy and see what kind of message, see what kind of message is going on. Okay, I'll take these two. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff going on. A lot of energies wafting around. So card number 44, attraction. Okay, Aries, you might feel as though your fiery nature has been greatly subdued. Like you don't feel as maybe as outspoken and spicy and sassy as before. And that's okay. You can't have a full flame the whole time. That's how you get burnt out. So it's like this is a period for Aries to kind of go deeper into themselves and really just begin to analyze some of the decisions they've made, how they've gotten to the circumstance they're in right now. I don't necessarily think it's a bad circumstance. For some reason, it feels like a honeymoon phase. I don't know what that means. I just get like a honeymoon phase, like everything seems to be going really well right now. And that's a good thing because Aries tends to go through quite a bit. And so it's almost as though some Aries might be going through a quieting down of all the drama or whatever that you've been experiencing. So we have card number 11, fear. But it's in reverse. So this tells me, although you're being kind of quieted down a little bit, that energy quieted down, it's not because you're afraid and trying to hide. It's actually quite the opposite. I'm being told that Aries, when you feel fear, when you feel intimidated or threatened, that's when the instability in feelings and like the fiery nature comes out. So this is more of a period of quiet times, quiet life, lessening of fear, lessening of feeling unheard, unseen. So it's a really good time for you right now, Aries. Card number 34, extremes in reverse. This tells me that there's not really much extremes going on. All these cards together, it's almost like with this attraction, you've brought into your life, I don't know if it's someone that you were already with or someone new, but you're bringing into your life someone who's able to stand shoulder to shoulder with you, like be an equal with you, and it feels like whoever it is in alignment, that you guys are in alignment with each other and traveling the same path together, going towards the same goals. So that's really, really good. I don't think I've ever had this feeling for Aries before, like in a reading. Usually it's like, oh shoot, oh my God. So this makes me really happy for you, Aries. Okay, here goes. Card number 4, acceptance. Again, 4 and 4. You're accepting that hand that's being reached out. This might be someone, 13 and 4. Ooh, see that? See that? 13, 1 plus 3 is 4, and 4. Lots of 4s going on. This is about the self, okay? So you're accepting the hand of someone else. They're reaching out. It's almost like an olive branch. Look at all those doves. It's almost like this show of love, like real love, the kind of love you've been wanting and needing. Those rose petals tell me that they're there and they're wanting to protect your softness, the softness of your petals. Roses in ancient cultures Sometimes we're a huge part of clearing ceremonies, protective ceremonies, exorcisms, things like that. If you look at the history of the roses, that's sometimes what it was used for. And so this tells me that you're now willing to accept that kind of really deep connection. And that's a beautiful thing. You deserve that. You know, you deserve that. Gratitude, card number 23, gratitude in reverse. So take care to not become so comfortable with this honeymoon phase that you don't continue to express gratitude. Okay. And it doesn't have to be like you're bowing at someone's feet and like, thank you so much for saving me from myself. And it doesn't have to be like that. It doesn't have to be some grand show. It can be something as simple as, hey, I made you some coffee. Just wanted you to feel special. I appreciate you being a part of my journey. I appreciate having you here for however long you're going to be here. Just showing some kind of little bits of appreciation that would work heavily in helping to continue this really fruitful, positive cycle that you're currently in, Aries. Card number 38, abundance, but it's in reverse. So what I get from this in reverse, this looks like fall, the season of fall, right? In reverse, that tells me springtime. So springtime, abundance, we're in springtime. We're in spring. So it's a period of growth for you, okay? This is not the time where all the growth that's occurred, this is it. There's no more growth possible. The season is over. This is a very good sign. Some would be like, okay, abundance in reverse, does that mean things are going to become difficult? Quite the opposite. Because if you take out that word and you just look at the picture in reverse, it's a period of growth. It's absolutely a period of new growth. The potentiality of growth is unrestricted. In spring, that's what spring does. It releases the restrictions of growth because the environment becomes one that can sustain unlimited potentiality. It's just a matter of what are you going to water? What part of you are you going to feed? Because if you're going to restrict the amount of energetic water, energetic flow, then you won't be able to have as much growth. If you restrict the amount of light, not as much growth. That's often why springtime brings with it so much growth. There's an excess of water, excess of light, and those two things very, very conducive to growth. So water being energy, allowing yourself to flow, light meaning standing in the truth of your light, the light of your truth, allowing your authenticity to rise up. This abundance, this gratitude that we're needing to make sure we don't forget to express, it has a lot to do with showing gratitude for yourself as well. Recognizing that you're finally standing out of your own way. You're finally taking accountability for your decisions and choosing better things for yourself. Okay. So this is a really good period. I really like this reading. Card number 25, resistance in reverse. So in reverse, that clenched fist begins to loosen up and open, right? When you open your hand, your clenched fist, you then open the potentiality of receiving. So this tells me you're no longer resisting your growth. You're no longer standing in your own way, at least for this period, because, it's a cycle, right? You're not going to stay here forever. You're not going to stay in this honeymoon phase forever. So while you're in this really positive, really good feeling phase cycle, allow it to maximize your potentiality. Allow it to elevate your potentiality for growth. Okay. So the resistance is way down. And then you have card number 7, nourishment. This is the allowing of all of your hard work, all of your internal growth to really penetrate very, very deeply into yourself and just accept that you're becoming a different person, a happier person, one that's feeling more fulfilled, more heard, more understood by whoever this person is. It feels like there's a person. And for those of you who are resonating with this, but there's no person, I wouldn't be surprised if someone is going to be arriving soon, okay? And it doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic connection. Don't limit what that person is to you. This is tremendous potentiality for growth, for healing, for allowing the rise of your own consciousness. So let me just grab a couple more cards for you, Aries. All right. Oops. Gotta bring them closer together, girlfriend. Come on. Oh my gosh. I don't know what that card is. It's face down. Oh my goodness. I cannot shuffle today. All right. So 2 of Cups in reverse, peace of mind, joining of 2 people, but it's in reverse. There's another meaning to this. I'm being told I don't remember it, which I don't. All right. 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups in reverse. Be careful of misunderstandings. When in reverse, it might speak of misunderstandings. It might speak of unsatisfactory love, false friendship, troubled relationship, divorce, separation, crossed desires. I think this is tied to that gratitude in reverse, okay? You have to be very, very careful about not coming off as though you're ungrateful, okay? I don't know why that keeps being presented. I don't personally feel like you're ungrateful. I do feel that sometimes Aries can be very easily misunderstood because you're not so forthcoming with how you actually feel. The things that are very deeply buried in your heart, your most vulnerable feelings and thoughts, you try and protect yourself by keeping that deeply hidden. When you're in front of someone that you know has earned your trust, you need to be a little bit more willing to share of those parts. I'm not saying spill all your secrets and feelings and all of that out to just anybody. I'm saying when you recognize that the person in front of you is someone who has earned your trust, you need to let some of those walls down, because it can lead to misunderstanding. It can lead to a sense of, oh, you're just using me again. You know what I mean? And I don't know why again comes out and is emphasized in the way it is. But it seems like this might be a cycle that's gone on with you and whoever else this might be, okay? Or this might be a cycle that you've had with other people where you don't understand why they're like, oh, you were just using me. Oh, you were this and you were that. And you're like, but that wasn't even what was going on inside me. Well, bottom line, no one knows what's going on inside you. So this is a call for you to begin really communicating, being selective of who you communicate with. But when you do find that person you can trust, you have to actually communicate, okay? And I think part of that has to do with expressing the gratitude you already feel inside yourself, but actually expressing it. 10 of Wands in reverse, weighed down with problems, very heavy load. In reverse, this means you've been releasing quite a bit. Is he okay? You've been releasing quite a bit, letting go and purging of all these old blockages. Keep at it. This is your soul acknowledging the work you've been doing. This is your soul letting you know, hey, you're not imagining that growth. You really are growing. You are expanding your consciousness. You're understanding yourself and your journey much more. And keep at it. Definitely keep at it. Ace of Pentacles in reverse, money coming in, divine wish being granted. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. I think this has to do with this 2 of Cups in reverse. I feel Pentacles, coins, it's not necessarily about money. I feel it's more about energy, because energy is also a form of currency. So energy coming in, but in reverse. So it's not coming in. It's almost this feeling of, this is a warning, letting you know, like, don't close down again. Okay. You're having a beautiful exchange with someone, a healthier interaction. Don't begin to shut down again. There might be a period where you get triggered. They say or do something that brings back memories of something else, and you're triggered. You know, when you get triggered, you go back to that moment, that moment of trauma that caused the trigger to begin with. And you have to remind yourself that this is a different circumstance. This is a different circumstance. Allow yourself to see the differences in this circumstance, and then decide how to move forward from it. All right. So the feeling that I get for some of you, something triggers you, and then it gets you to basically shut down in some way, or you feel like, oh, this is just a repeat of old things. You haven't changed. This is a repeat of old things. And when you initiate that cycle, that's going to be a full-on cycle, because whatever you expect of other people, they have a tendency to live up to what you expect of them. Okay. I know quite a few people who are addicts, and their families expect them to mess up. Their families expect them to lie, and, you know, all these negative things. And then they become a friend of mine, and I have a different expectation. I expect you to honor your sovereignty. I expect you to live to your potentiality. Whatever happened in the past, the connections you have with other people, has nothing to do with me. I'm not going to hold that against you. I'm not going to assume and wait for you to recreate that cycle with me. I'm not participating in that cycle. And pretty much everyone that has become a friend that has or had addiction struggles, they've never lied to me. They've never done wrong to me. And people have, in the past, I'm like, why are you hanging out with them? Because, you know what they did before. And I don't care what they did before. But why do I need to wait for them to do that to me? They're a different person with me. They're beautiful, beautiful. I don't need to partake in that. And so people have a tendency to live up to whatever your expectation is, whether you verbalize it or not. The moment you begin expecting bad things of them, people tend to feel that. And without even realizing it, they tend to feel obligated to repeat that. Okay? Just keep that in mind. I'm not saying it's your fault or you're creating this. I'm saying if you choose to return to an old cycle of being, this person, whoever it is, might also choose to return to that place with you. So choose things that continue your growth. Choose things that help you to further yourself, continue to further yourself. And if there's a little backslide, that's fine. Life is not a race. Life is not linear. It's a dance. Sometimes you move forward. Sometimes you gracefully sway back. And that's all it is. That's all it is. Stay flexibly strong. Believe in yourself. Believe in your newly forming connection, because this is a new connection. Even if it's someone old, this is a new connection. The person you knew them to be back whenever, they're a different person now, okay? But take care of not encouraging them in some way, shape, or form to return back to old cycles. So I think that's the major message for Aries. Please, if you haven't already, give this video a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. I'm going to be coming live again in a few minutes to do other zodiac readings. Bye, guys.